In this segment, we're going to be talking about volleys. What is a volley? A volley is a ball that you take out of the air. Hopefully, you're right behind the kitchen line. But yeah, so it's going to be a ball that you take out of the air. That's going to be somewhat shoulder height. A couple of things that I teach on the volleys is not to overswing, keeping the paddle inside of your peripheral vision. You know, thinking like you're giving somebody a high five. You know, on the backhand side, it's going to be a backhand high five. Keep in mind that when you volley, that you know if there was a fence behind you, I want you to keep the paddle inside that fence. But yeah, there's no need to overswing. There's no need to use your wrist. All these volleys, I want you focusing on your shoulder, doing all the work. I want you maintaining that good ready position, whether it's at 12 o'clock or whether it's at 10 o'clock, and we're staying in that hammer grip. Some of the drills that we can be doing as we volley are, I think, starting off, just getting comfortable with volleys is simply just hitting the ball back and forth nice and soft. Doesn't have to be on any particular side, and you're trying to hit the ball up because we're being cooperative. Keeping that theme of anytime we drill, we're trying to make each other better. So I'm not going to be trying to hit the ball too hard. I'm not trying to, put the ball down at my partner's feet. I'm going to hit the ball up so he can catch the ball around shoulder height, and we're just going to be cooperative and volley back and forth. Another drill that you could do is that if you perfect, that first initial drill and you feel like that's too easy, then you can start adding in some directional volleys. First little drill that you could do is try to go forehand to forehand. Note that anytime we drill, make sure that you give yourself a set number, whether it's 5 volleys in a row, whether it's 10 volleys in a row. But let's try to go 5 or 10 in a row on our forehand, and we'll try to go 5 or 10 in a row on our backhand, keeping in mind all the key mechanics. We're keeping the paddle in our peripheral, we're keeping it nice and short, we're giving the ball a little punch. We can go 10 on our forehand to forehand, 10 on our backhand to backhand. We can go 10 with body to body, but the key idea is keeping control of your volleys, not trying to overswing, and making sure that you're keeping good technique. Some other simple drills when you volley could be you have a partner feeding you balls, underhand feeding you balls, and you could be volleying back to them. So you can have one partner feeding, other partners hitting 10 forehand volleys. So you go 10 forehand volleys nice and easy. Keep in mind that since your partner is catching a ball, it doesn't allow you to swing hard. So this is a really good drill to focus on your technique, to focus on just all the basics. Technique goes a very long way, so it's really focus on not trying to hurt your partner. So you could do 10 on your forehand, you could do 10 on your backhand, partners hand feeding underhand, and you are volleying back to them. Once you get 10 on your forehand and 10 on your backhand, then you could switch. Another drill you could do is, it's a little difficult against the wall just because the ball comes back pretty fast, so it cuts down your reaction time, but you could try to volley against the wall. I think starting out, we're not gonna add any sort of directional volleys. It's just going to be, I'm going to try to make 10 to 15 in a row against the wall. If that's too easy, the next progression could be I'm going to try to hit 10 on my forehand in a row and then 10 on my backhand in a row. So know that all these little progressions, whether it's dinks, whether it's volleys, we're always, the first progression is always the easiest progression. We're not going to talk about any sort of direction. We're just going to, we're going to try to hit 10 balls in a row back and forth, and it can be on any side. So second progression is going to be directional, forehand to forehand. Third progression will be backhand to backhand. So know that if you're unable to control your ball, then there's no need to add like any sort of direction in. You're just going to simply volley the ball back and forth on both sides.